everyone. So I don't know how long I will be recording, but I don't exactly know when this happened. I know it recently happened. I just heard about it today, and I unfortunately saw the original video of it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this famous YouTuber. His name is Logan Paul. He's literally one of the most popular guys out there. I've never liked him. I don't know what it is. Whenever there's someone super popular, whether it's singers or movies, I never like, if it's like gets a lot of buzz, I don't like it. So I don't know why. I just never, if I hear too much about it, I don't even have to see it, and I'm like, no. And so that's kind of how I've always been with him and his brother, but that's a different story. So if you guys don't know who he is or what he did, he basically traveled all the way to Japan, and he went to the suicide forest in Japan. So he traveled from LA, or wherever he lives, I don't care, to Japan just for that one video, I'm pretty sure. I didn't look into it. I don't care to look into it. And so obviously you're going to that forest. What do you think's gonna happen? And I can understand wanting to go somewhere and ghost hunt, but that is a place far beyond humanity. If you guys don't know what the suicide forest is, basically it's a place in Japan where people go to kill themselves. And what he did was he's a vlogger, and so he traveled there, and he decided that he wanted to find ghosts. And at first I'm like, okay, ghost hunting. And then he finds a dead guy hanging. Must have been, he said it was probably recent, because he showed the viewers the guy's hands, the guy's face, and then he was saying how depression isn't a joke, and how suicide isn't a joke, and how we should get help if we need help with it. And the only reason my voice is kind of cracking is because this is like really messed up. Like, I understand vlogging, I do, but if you see a dead person, first of all, you don't laugh at them, you don't expose them in any way, and you don't glorify their suicide. And this sucks because he thought it was okay. And he said how depression is a bad thing, and how suicide is no joke, and all this stuff. And he was saying all this stuff about mental health, and how suicide isn't right, how it's not a joke and everything. But yet he's in the suicide forest, and he's videotaping a guy who just committed suicide and laughing about it. And I've never liked him in my life. Never in one moment have I looked at him and said, oh, he's a decent guy. No, I've never liked him, and this has made me like him even less. And I've lost friends to this. I've had friends attempt those things in front of me. I have done it myself. I have attempted so many times, and I feel like we're being mocked, okay? And that's really hard, because he's so famous and everyone thinks it's okay. And I don't know why everyone thinks that it's okay, because it's not. So it's, like you said, if he was serious about it, he wouldn't have gone there in the first place. He would have gone to, I don't know, somewhere else. If he was looking for a real ghost, he would have looked somewhere else that didn't have any possible way of possibly having a body there. And he knew what he was getting himself into. He knew the history behind that forest, and yet he still went there, and he still made fun of he made fun of the dead guy, people who don't suffer with this stuff don't understand the pain you have to feel to want to do that. You don't understand the point you have to get to feel like that's the only option. And that's what makes me mad. Because I've been to that point. Just last month, I was in the hospital, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. And for suicide. And you don't know what it's like to put someone to get to that point. And it's not like maybe you don't know what it's like for someone to be that low. And he could have just been struggling with something, but you're making fun of him, and you're doing it for the views, and that's all you care about. And that's the part that's disgusting about this. I feel really hurt about this, and because I feel I feel attacked. And because I've struggled with this. And I've struggled with it. I've been to that point where I don't think anything else but suicide is the answer. I had an ex-boyfriend who tried to commit suicide right in front of me. And that's a day I'll never forget. And so, this is going off on a tangent, I'm sorry. But if you are a fan of him, please don't bring me into any of his issues. Because I have friends who talk to me about that kind of stuff, and I appreciate that, because, I'm on YouTube, so I like to be up to date on stuff like that. But I'm done with this stuff. That is disgraceful. That is disgusting. And I hope he has to suffer with that. Because I hope his channel goes down in flames. Because that is so wrong. And he could have just been, and it could have been nervous laughter, but he's making a joke of it. I can understand, because he said he's never seen a dead body before. So if you've never seen a dead body before, you might get nervous and you might laugh. I understand that. But the thing is, you don't laugh and then make jokes about it. Because nowhere, I've never heard of I don't know if that happens, but if you see a dead body, I don't think you're going to make jokes about it because you're nervous. And then he's questioning if he should call the police. If you see a dead body, you call the police. If you see someone in danger, you call the police. And then he's yelling at the body saying, "Are you effing with us? Are you kidding?" No, oh my gosh. I don't want this to continue, you guys, because I don't know. So, mainly the reason I'm making this is because I want to put out there to everyone who hasn't struggled with this, with being depressed and everything. You guys have no idea what I'm standing up, and he says he was doing it for awareness. No, this is awareness. What I'm saying right now is awareness. You don't understand the pain someone has to be in to want to think and to want that to be the only answer. And sometimes we don't even want to do it, but we feel like that's the only answer. And I can say that from experience. There's been days where I felt so down, and I didn't really even have a reason, but I'm like, I don't really want to die, but I don't feel there's any reason to be here. And there's been days where I wanted to die. I've been hospitalized. I've been in treatments for this stuff. And to have it joked about. I mean, that could have been anybody. That could have, and I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I just knew I needed to make a video because I can't stay quiet about it. I'm sorry to anyone. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm just trying. Yeah, I'm sorry if this doesn't make sense. I know I'm trying to make sense of it myself, and I don't really know what I'm saying because I'm just so in shock. But thank you guys for watching, and I'm sorry. And I really hope I said everything correctly, and just know suicide isn't a joke. And Logan Paul, you're a fucking asshole.